Sorry about that, Terry. Welcome. I'm Ed Gargis alongside Terry McVeigh. Welcome to the, what is this, the 24th game?
This is 24th
of 26 for the 53rd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. This game being brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Lincoln Lacey, and Malden, and New Wave Communications, alongside with representative of the 159th District here in Missouri, Representative Billy Pat Wright. So again, we want to welcome you to the ball game. Those of you who've been tuning in just saw an exciting game between South Pemmescott and Doniphan. The number 9 seed Doniphan winning the consolation bracket as seeded, but a very close game. It came down to the wire. I think a 4-point differential at the end. Yes, 5 points. Excuse me. Doniphan on victorious 67 over South Penn to 62 points. But Terry, we're getting ready to see a great game here. It ought to be evenly matched up between Bloomfield, the host team, and the Richland Rebels. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, Bloomfield has some payback for Richland. Earlier in the year, Richland beat Bloomfield 71-65 at Richland. It kind of dropped. There was a night before the seedings of the tournament, kind of dropped Bloomfield down to the seedings, but they ended up with the 6th seed, and Richland ended up with the 4th seed. Bloomfield's going to be led by their very talented, quick jumping jack center, Leighton Hensley, who had 30 against Kenneth, then again 13 in their last game. Richland, the first 2 and a half games of the tournament, pretty much got all their scoring from 3 guys, Mac Thornton, Drew Thornton, and Kleffler.
Ryan,
but
yes.
Then in the second half of the last game, where Richland was an upset over Twin Rivers, really, I thought, but they beat Twin Rivers. But Michael Leffler, their point guard, scored 23 points in the game. All 23 were those in the second half. So now Richland has 4 guys that think they can score, and I think that's going to be their advantage. The matchup to watch, I think, is going to be between Drew Thornton, who plays underneath for Richland, and Leighton Hensley, the fine center for Bloomfield.
Yes, sir. And so number 21 on number 22, Drew Thornton. I don't recall exactly, it's not in the program, but he's either a 2 or 3-time returning all-tournament team selectee. He made it as a freshman. I don't recall if he did as a sophomore or not, and I'm pretty certain he did last year as a junior.
I think he did as a junior, didn't as a sophomore, but he did as a freshman, so this could be his 3rd year. And he had a really good game against Twin Rivers last night. He didn't score a whole lot of points. I think he had 13 points in that game, but he was breaking the press. He was the guy that was getting in the middle of the press, and he was breaking the press and triggering the offense. And a lot of Mac Thornton's points came directly from feeds from Drew Thornton. So Drew Thornton had an excellent game, one of the better games I've seen Drew play, and we've seen him play lots of good games in this tournament.
Well, we're getting ready to hear the starting lineups from both teams. Want to remind you guys to let us know what you think of the broadcast as well as the tournament. You can email us at sports@yhctv.com. Again, you see it right there on your screen or your monitor if you're watching via the internet, sports@yhctv.com. We've had a tremendous number of comments and emails throughout the tournament. We want to thank everybody for their helpful suggestions, their positive feedback, and suggestions how we can make this tournament better and the broadcast better. Also, while we have a moment here, remind everybody you can catch Tyler Wagner on Saturday mornings live at 10 a.m. on Channel 21 or at yhctv.com with the YAC Sports Roundtable. An hour-long show devoted to local sports celebrities. And Tyler's had a great time with that show. Got some great people in from Missouri and Arkansas. And just welcome everybody to catch Tyler on Saturday mornings. Again, 10 a.m. Saturdays. That's the YAC Sports Roundtable.
And I think it's just a great idea and a great concept to have that long of a show devoted to Southeast Missouri sports, Southeast Missouri, Northeast Arkansas sports. It's kind of throwback to the days 20, 30 years ago where local radio stations would have local sports shows. We've gotten away from that, but now Tyler's getting back to it. So it's a good idea, a good concept, and he carries it off well.
That's starting for the Wildcats. It's the senior, number 11, 5'10", Jacob McNeely. Number 21, the big guy, well, the big scorer for the Wildcats, senior 6'2", Leighton Hensley.
He plays a lot bigger than 6'2".
Also, senior Garrett Rice, standing 6 foot, number 22. Number 24, Seth Hill, the 6 foot senior.
Both two good, solid defensive players.
And number 30, 6'1" senior Derek Caldwell will be the starting 5 again for the Wildcats.
He's a good banger underneath. He does his job. He gets in position. He's a good banger.
For the Richland Rebels, starting number 10, Mikey Latham. Number 20, Jesse Brown. And the big guy for them, number 22, Drew Thornton.
And he's 6'3", but plays bigger.
And number 23, Ryan Kleffer, who can score from all over the court.
He's been their leading scorer. He's averaged more than 20 points a game in the tournament.
And then finally, number 5 starter will be number 32, Mac Thornton, Drew Thornton's cousin.
And Mac will create a lot of points. Mac will get a lot of points, leaking out towards the basket off the defense and catching long passes both from his cousin.
Hensley had jumped for the Wildcats.
And Hensley could just jump out of the gym. I think he had 4 dunks the first game.
In about his first 4 possessions. I know the first 2 touches he had, he threw down both hands.
Yeah, he didn't start the game for some reason, but by the end of the first half, he'd had 4 dunks. He ended up with 18 points.
Ball will be controlled by the Rebels. Kleffer has the ball. He'll get over to Mikey Latham to set up the offense. Jesse Brown now going down low to Thornton. Pass under to Mack. He'll dribble back out, reset. Over to Latham, looking at Brown. Brown to come back out. Down low in the baseline there in the corner to Drew Thornton. He'll take the 3.
Make it.
Great shot there by Drew Thornton, and that's exactly what the Richland Rebels want, is to get Drew Thornton hot early in the game.
Well, they're going to let him have that shot, and he's going to take that shot until they come out and guard him.
McNeil with the ball down low in the corner for the Wildcats. Back up top to Rice. Over to Hill. Down to Leighton Hensley, who can shoot from anywhere. Nice shot from the baseline for Hensley. Brown bringing the ball down for the Rebels. Down low to Mac Thornton. Come back up top.
Bloomfield's in the man-to-man.
Thornton cross court to Brown, down to Thornton. Up top, Drew Thornton. Looks at the 3.
Yeah, Mac Thornton is going to score some points, but he's not going to shoot from anywhere outside. He's going to get most of his on layup.
Yes. Caldwell scoops up the rebound. He gets it over to Rice, brings the ball up, sets the offense.
Garrett Rice is very much improved, very steady player for Bloomfield.
Back out to Rice. McNeil, he can make the 3-pointer.
He made a couple last night.
Ball thrown away by the Wildcats. Brown inball the ball to
Hensley was throwing it to Hill, and I think he thought Hill could jump as high as he could. He'll get up, but he can't get up nobody can get up like Hensley.
No. Thornton working the ball. Back out to Brown. Looking at the 3. Nice pass from Drew to cousin Mack as he banks it in for 2. So with 5:59 to go in the ball game, quickly by the Rebels, 5-2. Hill and Rice working the ball up the court.
Richland trying to track the ball in the corner and putting on the 3-quarter press.
Rice driving the lane. Can't get it to go. Good rebound there by Drew Thornton.
He's looking down court for his cousin, but Kleffer will take it. Back out to Drew, and they set up the offense. Again,
back up top over to Brown.
Has to worry about Latham.
That's the second time Brown's had to look there. Nice rebound by Latham. Can't get it to go. Brought down by Rice.
Bloomfield set their offense.
Rice down low to Caldwell, looking to make it into Hensley. He'll drive, and the jumper will go. 5:08 to go in the ball game. 5-4.
Richland 5, Hensley 4. Hensley has all 4 points for Bloomfield.
Nice pass by to Mack, and back on the backdoor layup.
So Mac will score a lot of points just like that. And most of the time on feeds from Drew. That's a good back door. He caught the defender a little bit asleep.
Ball over to Hill. They're looking at Hensley. They want to get him very active. The rest of the team kind of feeds off his activity. Over to McNeil for the three. Caldwell, good block out, gets a rebound and back up. Nice play there by number 30, Derek Caldwell.
Caldwell doesn't have the classic look of a basketball player, but he's very effective.
Does a great job establishing his position under the boards.
He does what he's supposed to do. He gets good position, plays smart basketball.
Another cross court there from Drew to Mack.
They're
Drew would take a three. Won't go.
They tried
Rebound.
to catch him asleep again with Mac Thornton coming to the back door, but Caldwell was there to interrupt.
McNeil a drive. Kick it back out to Hensley. Get it back up top to Rice to set the offense.
Hensley's being guarded by Jesse Brown, one of the smaller men.
Steal by Mackie Latham.
And one.
Foul by Caldwell. Be the first foul of the ball game. 3:35 to go here in the first quarter. Mikey Latham a go to the line for the traditional three-pointer.
Mitchell Skaggs and again for Bloomfield.
Bader, 33. Bader giving a lot of quality minutes to the Wildcats throughout the tournament. So the and one good.
And you have to have a deep bench. This is 4 games. 4 games. Oh.
There we see the leaping ability of Hensley as
beautiful
alley-oop from Hill. That gets the crowd going.
Yeah, both teams will go back door. And nothing will get the crowd more excited than a good dunk like that. And that's a beautiful alley-oop pass. Of course, Hensley's leaping ability finished it off.
Garrett Rice on the foul there, his first.
Team second. Leffler, that's his first shot of the game, a little short. Foul underneath is going to be against Richland.
Call that on Mac Thornton.
Thornton or Brown? Jesse
Brown, excuse me.
His first. Richland
Hill will set up the offense. Nice shot there by Garrett Rice. Three-pointer to give the hometown team the lead, 11-10.
Give him the opportunity, he can shoot it. Seth Hill can too. Both those Rice and Hill, if you give them the opportunity, they can make a three. It'll be foul on Skaggs against the driving Thornton. His first, team third. Underneath the Mac, can't get that one to go. Bader with the rebound.
Hill will bring the ball up for the Wildcats. Over to Bader. Bader looking low to Hensley. Good anticipation by Drew Thornton as he drives the court. Coast to coast off the glass. Nice shot there by Drew.
He has 5. Drew Thornton will do things at both ends. He'll do a lot of things that you don't see in the scorebook. He'll score for you, but he gets lots of rebounds, interrupts lots of passes, and plays good defense. Rice feeling it.
Cleffer will push the ball down the court. The floater.
That's a good defensive stop by Rice.
Back down to Hill. He'll take the baseline three, and good.
Boy, sometimes
Bloomfield likes to play a fast-paced game.
it's nice to be right. I just told you 5 seconds ago that Hill could hit a 3.
Very prophetic commentary here by Terry McVeigh.
We saw him hit a couple of them against Kennett late in the game in big spots.
2 point conversion. 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 2 point con
Parker Evans in for Richland, giving Mac Thornton a break.
Rice to Hill, down to Layton, back out to Hill. Good anticipation there. Good defense by Mikey Latham.
He dropped it in the passing lane, and the Bloomfield man didn't see him. Drew Thornton saves an errant pass. They're trying to get it underneath the Latham. And they did that in the last game. Draws the foul on Hill. What they did in the last game in the second half was they would move Thornton out front and get the ball on the lane to Latham. And he's very quick, and it creates a mismatch underneath.
Nice hard move there by Ryan Cleffer, and he gets the bank shot.
His first two.
Rice will bring the ball up for the Wildcats. Rebels in a man-to-man. I'm sure Leighton Hensley will like the matchup between he and Evans.
They haven't taken advantage of that yet. They do there. Can't get it to go.
Nice rebound by Latham, showing some displaying some leaping ability as well.
And you'd think with Jesse Brown guarding Hensley that Bloomfield would post Hensley up because Brown cannot guard him underneath.
Well, that is the first quarter with the top.
In this tournament can.
That is the first quarter. Tie game 14-14. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, LincolnLacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on Cars.com or AutoTrader.com, and if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sanders.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
And we're back again, a tie ball game here in the 24th game of the 53rd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Terry, what do we have for stats on that first quarter?
Well, we got, of course, scores tied for Bloomfield. We got Leighton Hensley with 6, Garrett Rice and Seth Hill both hit 3-pointers for 3. Derek Caldwell has 2. For Richland, a little more spread out. Drew Thornton with 5, Mack with 4, Latham with 3, and Ryan Clefler with 2. Really no surprises. We know it's going to be a close game. 14-14, can't get any closer than that.
Bloomfield with the ball. Caldwell looking to drive. He gets it back out up top. McNeil. Dump it over to number 32.
Merrick.
Matt Merrick in the ball game. Nice rebound there by Drew Thornton.
Yeah, Merrick hasn't seen a lot of action in the tournament. 6'5" junior.
Hill with the rebound. Excuse me, that's Rice. Over to McNeil.
Again, Jesse Brown guarding Hensley. And they haven't been able to get it to him on the post. He's trying to post up now.
Good hands there by Drew Thornton.
He tried to post up, but he was a little bit too far out.
They're showing his quickness on the defense as he takes the ball away. Rice will bring the ball up the court, set up the offense.
Yeah, he jumped out. He's a little bit faked out and thought he was out of the defense, but he jumps back and recovers and intercepts the pass, causes turnover.
McNeil dropped down the lane over to
Caldwell.
Cleffer called for the foul. His first. 6:31 to go in the ball game. Still a tie ball game. Take this opportunity real quick to remind everybody, Billy Pat Wright, the state representative from the 159th district, wishing all the teams in the tournament a good luck. We appreciate his ability or his participation in helping bring these games to our viewers. Thanks again, Billy Pat Wright, and all your hard work in Jeff City.
Cody Red Cloud is now in the game for Bloomfield.
Both good.
4 for Derek Caldwell in the game.
McIntyre
McIntyre with a rare 3 for him. He gets his own rebound.
Down low to Drew.
1-on-3, can't get it to go.
Good strong rebound there by Bader. Hill and Rice working the ball, trying to get it down low to Caldwell. Slight miscues to turnover. Ball will go back to the Rebels. Parker Evans will bring the ball down for the Rebels.
Good defense that time by Richland. He walked. Got in, didn't have any place to go with it. And by the time he turned around, he slid his pivot foot.
Rice with the ball. Over to Bader, back up top to Caldwell. Bader loose underneath.
Yeah,
Can't get it to go.
Bloomfield tried to play a double high post, and what you try to do on that is exactly what they did, is bring another man down along the baseline.
Drew Thornton won't get the roll. Rice with the ball.
Richland
Down low to Bader. He'll take the 3. Rebound by Drew Thornton. He pushes the ball up the court. This time he'll let his offense catch up with him.
Good decision.
Brown with the 3. Nice shot there by Jesse Brown.
He hit one in yesterday's game right at the buzzer at the end of the first quarter, and it really kind of changed the whole tempo of the game and the tenor of the game. Took Twin Rivers completely out of their rhythm.
Caldwell establishing position there on Drew Thornton. Nice shot off the glass.
Caldwell now has 6 in the game.
Timeout, Richland.
30-second timeout.
We're going to take a quick break and a word from our sponsor.
I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
I'm taking the same freshman and sophomore classes as at a university, but at TRCC they cost a lot less and financial aid goes further. I love the individual attention. My teachers are great and classes are convenient. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Learn more online at trcc.edu.
And we're back. We got an email from Chad Tilley stating this is the first game that he'll get to watch the Richland Rebels play this year. Appreciate the guys bringing the ball game. Due to an illness, he's not able to get out and watch the game. So, Mr. Tilley, thank you much for the email. Glad to hear from you. Want to remind everybody they can email us and tell us about the game at sports@yhctv.com.
Richard Forsey, the 6'10 freshman, is now in the game for Richland.
He's not put a lot of minutes in the tournament, but he's had some quality minutes when he's been in there, making his presence known on the defense. When he gets his arms up, it's a huge presence, and he's got a few baskets in the games also.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things they say you can't teach speed. Well, you can't teach 6'10 either.
Got an email from Derek Hutchinson riding down the road on a tour bus through Montana watching the online stream. He's an alumnus rooting for his Bloomfield Wildcats. Thanks again, Derek, for the email. Rice gets the ball down low to Caldwell. Caldwell back out to Hill. Rebound Rice. Put back good. 3-point lead now for cuts the lead to 3. Richland Rebels on top with 3:49 to go here in the second quarter.
If I had a team, I'd like to have 2 or 3 of Garrett Rice's. He just plays hard, he plays steady, and you just like to have him on your team.
Cleffer lost his balance and drug his foot there.
And Rice held his ground. Rice got in his good defensive position, held his ground, and is more of a force block than anything else. That's caused by the defense.
Leighton Hensley back in the game as Cody Red Cloud will take a seat. Also got Matt Skaggs back in for the Wildcats.
Okay, with Forshee in the game, Richland will play a zone. They're in a 2-3 zone or 2-1-2 zone with Forshee in the middle.
Bader from the 3. In and out. Drew Thornton with the rebound. He's going to push the ball up. Over to Kleffer. Stop, shoot. Nice shot by Ryan Kleffer.
That's 4 for Kleffer. Again, there's Drew Thornton getting the rebound, taking it all the way down the court, and getting the assist. He does a lot of things for that team. Hey, Bloomfield's attacking the zone by getting it into the middle. They get it into the post to high post to Hensley, who drops it down the low post to Skaggs.
The second foul on Ryan Kleffer is Skaggs to go to the line.
Skaggs' first points of the game.
Quick hands there by Hensley, retains the possession.
Gets a little bit quicker to the ball than Forshee.
Bader's feeling it from the three-point line, just hadn't been able to get it to drop just yet.
The foul on Skaggs. He got a little bit too intimate with Mac Thornton.
2:39 here. 2:39 to go in the first half.
Not a real quick pace for this game, and I think that's good for both teams. I don't think either team is favored, but favors either team. Mac Thornton, the good defensive hustle to get back on Hill, but he commits the foul.
Rice and Hill both displaying their quickness as they kind of had his all-out sprint to see who could get to the ball first, but Mac Thornton just hustling right along with them.
Hill and Rice are just two good, solid players. I like watching them play.
First one good. 3-point lead for the Wildcats. And he gets the roll.
Good shooter's roll. Gets him 5 in the game.
2:18 to go here in the first half. Kleffer with the balls. He brings down for the Rebels. Over to Latham. Thornton looking for Drew. Drew could dive the baseline off the glass. Nice move by Drew Thornton. 2 minutes to go. We got in the first half. We got a 2-point ball game. Hill and Rice.
Drew Thornton now has 7 in the game. Lead both teams.
McNeil.
We're going to dare him to shoot now. And they'll find out he will do it, and he'll make it from there. We're kind of packing the zone back. Darren Bloomfield to shoot the 3.
Well, I think Bloomfield probably wants to try to get the ball to Layton, let him use his leaping ability down low and let Forshee challenge him.
I think what they're going to try to do is get the ball to Hensley up around the free throw line where he can use his quickness to either get around the big guy or feeds Caldwell on the baseline. Gets to him, he kicks it back out. There they shoot the 3, won't go.
Rebound Latham. He'll push it up to Kleffer. Loses the handle. Good hands there by McNeil to police up the ball. Rice pushes the ball up.
Good steal by Thornton, but Latham couldn't handle the outlet. Looks like Bloomfield may go for one. There's almost 40 seconds left. Richland's not pressuring them in any way. So they're going to stand out there and just, if Richland's not going to press them, why not take the last shot? You got a 2-point lead.
Sure thing.
I mean, the worst you're going to go in the halftime is a 2-point lead. You might go in with 5. I'm going to try to get it underneath to Hensley.
Well, saw Drew Thornton go out to get McNeil, and that's exactly what Bloomfield wanted, to try to get a one-on-one situation with Leighton Hensley down low.
Well, you tried to spread. You tried to spread the defense, and that's what they did, to try to get Hensley posted up down low. I'll be looking for that on this possession. Richland's into man-to-man now. They're going to pressure him on Hensley to shoot the three. Can't go. Caldwell rebound, and he's fouled. He's fouled. He'll go to Schlein and shoot two. The foul is committed before the buzzer.
Foul going to be on, you said it, Drew Thornton. His first.
Caldwell go to the line for two. He's 2 for 2.
3 for 3.
He now has 7 in the game. Leading scorer for Bloomfield. Second does it go. Well, Bloomfield go up to one. They held the ball, and they coming out with a 3-point lead. But like I said, the worst they were going to come out was 2 points, as long as Richland wasn't going to make them do anything.
So at the half, we got a 3-point game. Bloomfield Wildcats, the host team on top, 24-21. We're going to take a break, get a word from our sponsors. We'll be back. You're watching.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Welcome back to the 24th game of the 53rd Annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. We see the host team, Bloomfield Wildcats, on top, 24-21. Want to remind everybody and thank our sponsors. This game being brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Lincoln Lacey, and Malden, New Wave Communications, and Representative Billy Pat Wright. Well, Terry, tell us a little bit about the first half.
Well, we'll run down the scoring first for the Richland Rebels, who have 21 points. Drew Thornton's their leading scorer with 7. Brian Kleffler with 4. Mac Thornton with 4. And Michael Latham with 3. Jesse Brown with 3 on a 3-point play for the Bloomfield Wildcats. Derek Caldwell had a very good first half, a very solid play like he usually does. And he had 7 points. Leighton Hensley had 6, all in the first quarter. Garrett Rice and Seth Hill both had 5, and Mitchell Skaggs had 1. I really weren't any surprise in that first half. I do expect Richland's big 3 of Thornton, Kleffler, and Thornton. Sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? But I expect those big 3 to increase their scoring activity in this second half. They're
really didn't
down.
see a lot out of Kleffler this first half.
Kleffler was he was well defended, and what Bloomfield was doing with Kleffler was, even when they were sagging and providing weak side help maybe on some other players, Rice was staying right with Kleffler. It wasn't a true box 1, but they were keeping the pressure on Kleffler at all times, because he's the guy from Richland that can hurt you anywhere on the floor. Mac Thornton will score for you, but most of his points are going to be on backdoor and breakaway layups. Drew Thornton can hurt you. Most of his points are going to be in the lane from the free throw line in, even though he did make a 3-pointer. Again, Michael Latham, most of his points are going to be the inside, but Kleffler is the guy that can hurt you from anywhere on the floor. For Bloomfield, Richland did an excellent job of switching up their defense, and I think taking Leighton Hensley out of the offense for a good part of after the first quarter, when Hensley had 6 points, including a terrific alley-oop dunk. I think Richland did a good job of keeping Hensley away from the basket and reducing his effectiveness. I expect for Coach Hicks to make an adjustment and get Hensley a little bit more active and get him more touches.
Well, Coach Hicks, I was seeing the Rebels keeping a couple of bodies on Hensley down low, and Coach Hicks had Bader out top at the arc, shooting a 3 or 4 times. Unfortunately for the young Mr. Bader there, Dylan, he wasn't making his shots, and so it kept the Rebels down low. He makes a couple of those shots. I'm sure they bring a guy out to get a hand in his face, and then that could have freed up Leighton a lot more so later there in the first half.
Yeah, Hill and Rice both hit 3s. That's both in the first quarter. They didn't hit any in the second quarter, and at times Richland was daring Bloomfield to shoot a 3. And Rice and Hill can shoot the 3. McNeil's, I was surprised there were a couple of times in the corner he had open 3s, open looks, and plenty of times to set up and didn't shoot. In past games, he's shown that he will shoot and will make 3-pointers, especially from the corner.
Yeah. Well, our producer there, Greg Schwartz, just put up the website, but want to remind everybody, let us know what you think of the game and the tournament. Email us at sports@yhctv.com. Got several emails in the first half. Rebels with the ball. Ryan Kleffler down low.
Richland's wearing white, trimmed in red. Bloomfield in their road purple, trimmed in gold.
Latham up top, setting the offense. Brown with the 3-pointer, no good. Good rebound there by Mac Thornton.
Again, he was over 3, but that's not his shot. Just because the shot's open doesn't make it a good shot. And he knows, and he realizes that. Drew Thornton with a nice touch. He now has 9 in the game.
Seth Hill bringing the ball up. Excuse me, that's Rice. Over to Hill.
Three-quarter pressure. Caldwell, good
Latham
move.
getting back to help on the defense.
Again, they're trying to get Mac Thornton out on the breakaway. Can't get it to him. Latham drives.
Driving the baseline there, unable to convert, but he is fouled. Foul there going to be on Caldwell.
Caldwell his second. Team's first. Latham with 3 in the first quarter, and Bloomfield doesn't want him to match what he did in yesterday's game when he had 23 in the second half.
First one good.
Tied up.
Go ahead. Same thought. Latham converts on both. Our good friend Lloyd Rice commented on the southpaws free throws. He says it's those southpaws, they always seem just to look a little bit smoother.
They do. Well, you know, it's the same thing in baseball. You see a guy, a left-hander swinging a bat in baseball, and it just looks like the smoothest thing you've ever seen.
Yes.
They might hit 212, but they sure a pretty swing. Timeout, Bloomfield. They're not getting in their offense, and Coach Hicks wants to talk about it.
So it's 6:44 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here. 30-second timeout called by Coach Hicks there. So both coaches trying to fill each other out and see how they're going to play this second half. Coach Hicks saw something either he didn't like or something he can capitalize on to want to get his Wildcats on the same sheet of music.
Well, yeah, I think he saw something he didn't like because they weren't getting into an offense at all. They were passing the ball around the perimeter and weren't making any positive moves to the basket.
So we're back here. Be Rice taking the ball, excuse me, Hill taking the ball out. Caldwell down low. Into Rice. Hill with the ball.
Richland in the zone off the
Up
inbounds.
top, McNeil. McNeil driving the lane. That foul going to be on
Drew
Thornton. Is that his second?
That's his second.
So McNeil will go to the line for 2. So I want to remind everybody this game being brought to you again. Billy Pat Wright, state representative for the 159th district. Appreciate all his work here for Southeast Missouri and his hard work in Jeff City. Thank you much, Billy Pat. McNeil converts on the first.
And you notice out of that timeout and on the inbounds pass that Bloomfield did run something where they saw an opening and McNeil took it down and made a positive move to the basket.
McNeil, 2 great strokes there from the free throw line to give the Wildcats the lead again, 26-25.
Now Bloomfield's going to pressure.
Latham over to Brown, back to Latham. Evans into the ball game with the ball. Latham would take the 3, short. Drew Thornton with the rebound.
Saves it back in.
Over to Mac Thornton, back up top to Evans.
With Cleffler out of the game, Mac Thornton with 3, can't get it to go. With Cleffler out of the game, Bloomfield drops back into his zone.
Michael Latham with the rebound attempt there, but he was fouled.
Jacob McNeil with his first. Here comes Cleffler back in the game, so I expect Bloomfield to come out of the zone. They may play a zone off the inbound. But there's Rice pressuring Cleffler.
With the floater won't go. Rebound Hensley. Rice pushed the ball up down the court. McNeil looking for the paint. Over to Hensley.
Move towards the basket.
McNeil will take the 3. Won't go. Rebound Mac Thornton. Nope.
Can't handle it.
Can't get the handle on it.
Mac Thornton's a very active, good athletic player. Leffler's going back to the bench. Parker Evans back in.
Good look from the baseline there by Hill, but won't go. Drew Thornton will push the ball up the court for the Rebels.
Bloomfield.
Good rebound there by Latham. Seals bring it out, set up the offense.
Bloomfield stay in their zone again. Kleffler on the bench. They don't have a whole lot of three-point threats. Lathan will take the one from the wing, can't get it to go.
Rebound hauled in there by Rice. He brings the ball down for the Wildcats.
Walk.
Hensley looking like he really wants to explode. I think he's getting a little itchy. He's not getting
Jesse
the movement
Brown's
he likes.
frustrated him. I think Brown's defense has frustrated him. That was more of a frustration move. He was trying to get the baseline when it wasn't there.
Ball will be out on the hill. Stay with the Rebels. 4:31 to go in the third quarter. Host Bloomfield Wildcats on top by 1.
And it's been a 1-2 3-point game the entire game. Drew Thornton with a nice spin move along the baseline. This is his last of many games in this tournament, and he wants it to be a good one.
Rice with the ball. Over to McNeil. Down low to Caldwell.
Drew
He
Thornton
could be called for the
on
charge.
foul. And that's going to be 3 on Caldwell. Caldwell had foul trouble the last game.
Skaggs come in, and Caldwell will take a seat.
Probably going to be out for at least the rest of this quarter with his 3 fouls. You don't want him having 4 fouls going into the last quarter. Kleffler's back in again. There's Rice right there with him. The way Rice is playing Kleffler, Rice number 22, Kleffler's 23, but as close as Rice is getting, I think they're going to make his number 22 and a half. Drew Thornton to Mac Thornton.
Nice give and go.
That works a lot. Mac will go to the line for 2.
See slash there through the lane. Foul there on Skaggs, his 3rd.
Mac Thornton misses the first. Mac only with 4 points in this game.
Want to remind everybody, catch Tyler Wagner Saturday mornings 10 a.m. on YAC Sports Roundtable. That's live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Tyler calls in local sports celebrities from Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas.
There's going to be a foul on Kleffler, and I don't think that was the most popular call to the Richland fans. I think they wanted the charge. And that's his 3rd. We'll see if he stays out on the court for the rest of this quarter.
He walked over to Coach after the foul. Coach told him stay in at least for now.
Yeah, his time this half has really been limited.
So Drew Thornton going to be called for the reach.
That's his 3rd. So Richland, two of their big men are the guys they count on scoring are having a little bit of foul trouble. Yeah. Kleffler comes out. Drew Thornton will stay in.
Evans in for Kleffler.
Good
ball
hands by
Skaggs.
Mac Thornton. It went through Hensley's hands. It was a loose ball. Looked like one of the Bloomfield players was going to get it, but Mac Thornton got his hand in there and tipped it off the Bloomfield player. And Richland pretty well playing on the perimeter. They don't have anybody even in the lane. Round with 3.
Hill pushes it up over to Bader. Nice shot there by Bader.
Good feed by Hill.
Latham bringing the ball up for the Rebels. Seelix to drive out to Mac. They'll let him take the 3.
They're going to let him shoot that all day.
Ball's going to be out on the Rebels. He'll go to the Wildcats. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. We have a tie ball game.
Now Jesse Brown has made some threes, but Kleffler's their outside threat, and him on the bench, it really limits what Richard can do on offense. They get the ball underneath to Hensley. He kicks it back out. Can't go. Drew Thornton out was quicker to the ball than anybody else. Looks almost 5 points. Better watch it. Made some separation.
Be guarded by Hill. Timeout by the Richland Rebels. 28-28, all tied up with 2:27 to go in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
I'm taking the same freshman and sophomore classes as at a university, but at TRCC they cost a lot less and financial aid goes further. I love the individual attention. My teachers are great and classes are convenient. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Learn more online at trcc.edu.
And we're back again. 2:27 to go here in the third quarter. Tie ball game. Ball will be with the Richland Rebels.
Low scoring game. None of the scores that we anticipated, such as Kleffler or Hensley, have really asserted themselves. Hensley hasn't scored since the first quarter.
Give and go from Drew to Mack. Mack gets the floater in the lane.
I think people have seen Richland play a lot. I've said that a lot. Give and go from Drew to the Mack. There's Rice trying to get in the back door, but
good hands there by Drew.
They tried to swing Rice around from the weak side in the back door. They're going to give Drew a little rest with 2 minutes left. He has 3 fouls.
Richard Forshee in for the Rebels as he was coming in. Both Thornton
and Bader makes the 3.
And Evans were going out. A 6'10" guy comes in. I guess 2 5-footers can go. But minute 49 here in the third quarter. Wildcats on top by 1. Inside to Forshee.
He gets it to go.
Hill will work the ball. Out to Rice.
I think this next minute 30 is going to be real important to Richland. See how they do with both Drew Thornton and Kleffler on the bench.
Forshee does a great job of taking up a lot of space. There he alters the shot. Bader call for the foul.
Good idea by Bader to go right at the big man. He might not get the shot off, but he's going to get fouled. If he gets it off, he gets a layup. If he doesn't get it off, he's going to the line.
Yes. 1:07 to go in the third quarter. First shot good.
Bader has 6 all in this half. Leighton Hensley go to the bench for a rest for the last minute.
McNeil will come in along with Cody Redcloud. And looks like Hill will go to the bench. Bader looks good from the free throw lines. He makes his second.
Bader has 7 of Bloomfield's 9 points in this quarter. Another lob in the Forshee. He's going to turn. Try to get it up. Can't get it to go. And looks like Skaggs going to be on the back. That's going to be 4 on him. Over Latham. That's his team 5th.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. 55 seconds.
Making his first appearance is Jordan Sperino. In for Skaggs.
Brown to sink the 3 from the corner.
Jesse Brown with his second 3.
47 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rice with the ball. He looks over to McNeil. Neal looks at the 3. Rice over to Bader down low. Red Cloud up top to Rice. He'll shoot the 3. Won't go. Rebound Mac Thornton. 30 seconds to go in the quarter.
He should break it out. He does.
Brown thought, but realized still had plenty of time. Richland to play for the last shot, I would anticipate, with a 2-point lead. Looking to get it inside.
And he's getting their offense. It's less than 10 seconds.
Nice pass down low to Mikey Latham and up. Won't go.
It's good offensive execution except for the layup.
And so at the end of 3, Richland Rebels on top 35-33. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, LincolnLacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on Cars.com or AutoTrader.com, and if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sandage.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
And we're back again after 3. Richland Rebels with a 2-point lead, 35-33.
Low-scoring game.
The big scores for the tournament for Bloomfield, Leighton Hensley, has been kind of quiet. It's on the, at least in the scoring category tonight. And for the Rebels, you know, Ryan Kleffer's not really hit a lot. Mikey Latham's not broken free. Mac Thornton had some shots, haven't quite got as many to go as he's accustomed to. Drew Thornton's kind of carrying the load, but still a low-scoring affair for Drew by his standards.
Well, he's got 11, but Kleffler only has 4. Kleffler's been averaging 20 points a game in the tournament. He only has 4 again, and Leighton Hensley only has 6. He's averaging over 20 in the tournament, including a 30-point game against Kennett.
Mack with the steal and the drive. He'll be fouled there by Seth Hill. Seth's second.
Team 6th. That's a shooting foul. He'll go for 2.
First one good, 36-33. And the second one, so a 4-point lead now for the Rebels.
And the Rebels were able to weather the problem, the problems they had at the end of the third quarter. There's Hensley getting active. With both Drew Thornton and Kleffler out of the game, they not only held on their lead, they extended it by a couple. There's Kleffler from the corner. It's going to be short. Rebound and deal, and Drew Thornton's going to collect a foul. That's his 4th. We'll see how Coach Walker wants to play it. He's discussing it with the official, but there was a grab.
It's like Forsey's going to come in for Thornton.
That changes how Richland plays their defense, changes their offense. Instead of good aggressive man-to-man, they're going a little bit back more in a passive zone with Forsey clogging up the middle.
7:15 to go in the ball game. Hill and Rice up top. Hill out to McNeil. Rebound, Mac Thornton.
Mac Thornton's got a lot of rebounds in this game. He's a very athletic player, very smart player. Lob in the Forsey, can't get it to go, but there's Mac. Cal. Mac Thornton again with the ball. Out to Latham. He makes the move on Rice.
Boy, Rice did a great job getting back on the defense.
That looked like a lot of Richland fast breaks, but it's Mac took Drew Thornton's place and Latham took Mac Thornton's place. Fouls on Red Cloud, his first. Latham will shoot 2. He's 3 for 3 from the line.
This spins out.
He has 5 in the game. Miss.
As soon as we brag on him.
Yep.
0 for 2. Hill over to Hensley.
Just a little short on that one. That happens a lot when you're playing your 4th game in a tournament.
McNeil, Rice
a little
up
bit
top.
heavy.
Rice down to Hill.
Bloomfield being very deliberate against the zone. Now they get it into the post, high post. Kick it back out. McNeil underneath. Gets in under Forshee, and they're going to throw the foul. Is going to be, I assume, on Forshee. It is. His second. On the floor, no shooting foul. 16 foul. Michael Latham comes out for a breather.
And it for Latham B. Evans.
And there's Hensley going strong right at Forshee, draws the foul. Forshee's third.
2 quick fouls there by Forshee.
What Forshee will learn with his size is that he doesn't need to go up and doesn't need to go forward. He can stand there or he can go straight up and cause just as much problems than he can by trying to jump up and go into the offensive player.
Yes.
Anytime he's going to jump up, there's going to be some contact, and he's going to get called for the foul. Hensley makes the first. And Mac Thornton gets the rebound off the miss. In the Forshee, nice little move.
Yeah. McNeil doing the best he can, but at 5'10", guarding the 6'10", not a lot he can do.
Double dribble, unforced error. Very rare for Garrett Rice.
Starting to hear the crowd getting into it, Terry.
Got the Bloomfield
5:40 to go in the ball game.
Traveled well.
Evans in and out.
Wide open shot. Looks like we got a foul. Looks like a frustration foul is going to be on Forshee. That's his fourth.
That'll send McNeil to the line. 5:37 to go in the ball game.
Drew Thornton's coming back in. Richland crowd gives Kleffer a big hand, or not Forshee a big hand for the few minutes he's in. He can disrupt another team, that's for sure.
McNeil converts on the first.
He has 3 in the game. 3 for 3 from the line. And here comes Latham back in. So Richland has all their scorers back on the floor. McNeil now 4 for 4 with 4 points, and it's back to a 1-point game.
So with 5:37 to go, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Okay, we're back. There you see the Richland Rebels trying to spur the Rebel crowd onto a little bit of excitement, cheer the Rebels onto a victory here in the 5th place game.
And as the place fills up, and it's going to be packed by the end of the night. It'll be packed by the end of the next game. Well, they don't have all the lower bleachers filled. But
see a few there on the north end also.
This has been a pretty slow-paced game, and in those slow-paced games, the crowds don't get into them very much. But just in the last couple of minutes, you know, this is a home game for Bloomfield, even though they're wearing the visiting purple jerseys. This is Bloomfield's home floor. They want to protect it. They want to avenge Richland's loss, and the Richland brings a big contingent. And the crowd's getting into it.
Hensley getting active.
And Hensley's feeding off of it.
Bader be called for the travel.
A little shuffle after he got the rebound. That's most active Hensley's been in this game. Bloomfield putting on some pressure, trying to trap the ball in the corner. Thornton gets Latham, who will break the pressure. Latham drew Thornton over to Mack.
Nice give.
Drew to Mack. They've heard
5 minutes
that
to go
before.
in the ball game. Hill has set
Mack
up the
Thornton
off.
now with 11.
Down low to Thornton.
There's Hensley.
That's where he's best. I said Thornton.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but Hensley's best right there in the paint. He can just leap out of the gym.
Well, he leaps so high and he leaps so quickly that there's really no way to defend him because he goes up so straight. He goes up straight, goes up quick. Kennett had a player like that a few years ago, Anton McKinney. It was just amazing to watch him catch the ball, stop on a dime, go straight up.
.439 to go in the ball game. 1 point lead for the Rebels.
Never been much more than a 1 3-point lead for any game, for any team. Now the Rebels have read most of this second half, but it's always been 1 to 3 points. There's Kleffler from three.
From the top,
roll.
Won't get the roll. Rice bring the ball down. He'll get it out to Hill. Up top
Now,
key for Hensley.
Hensley's getting into it
Yes.
now.
He's got the matchup he wants.
He has 7 points in the quarter. He's out on the point on the defense, which is a good spot for him because he has very quick hands.
Thornton, Kleffler working the ball over to Brown. Brown to take the three.
Can't get it to go. Kleffler can't get it. Latham's going to be fouled. Looks like on Rice. No.
McNeil, I believe they're going to get him for reaching.
Yep. Neal's second.
McNeil thought he had ball.
Latham has 5 in the game. Try to give the Richland the lead again.
3:45 to go in the ball game. In and out.
Missed his last 3 attempts. Made his first 3, missed his last 3. He's about to go back on another streak.
Tie ball game. 3:45 to go.
Latham now has 6 in the game.
Rice with the ball. He'll look at McNeil. McNeil looking to get it down low to Hensley. Go over to Bader. Bader's going to have an opening.
That's almost a walk, but he got rid of it before he drug his feet.
Out the hill. Won't go. Rebound Drew up top to Mack.
Drew to Mack. Drew to Mack.
Yeah, they do a great job of that fast break. Rebels come back and take the lead.
Well, they've been playing together so long. When Mack sees Drew go up for a rebound, he knows he's going to get it, and Drew knows where Mack's going to be. Timeout Bloomfield.
3:05 to go in the ball game. We're going to keep it right here. It's our producer, Greg Schwartz. Also, I thank Miss Haley on the camera today. So, what do you think is going to happen in the next couple of minutes?
I think what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes is that Bloomfield is going to start feeding the ball to Hensley. Hensley has been very active the last few minutes of this quarter. He scored 7 in the quarter. I think they're going to try to ride him to a win. Richland, on the other hand, they've got Drew. Drew to Max has been good. Kleffler's been cold, but he's probably the best offensive player they have. He hasn't produced this game, but he's the best offensive player they have. But having him on the floor makes the rest of the Bloomfield defense more honest.
And Ryan, kind of seen it go both ways. He's used hard drives to the hole, going up good with 2 strong hands to free him up for the outside shots later on, or he'll drain it from the 3, so they'll get up on him and he can take that first step around him.
Yeah, he's got all the offensive tools. Hensley had it underneath and loses it. Coach Walker knew they were going to go to Hensley. That's why the minute Hensley had the ball, there were 3 white shirts surrounding him.
And Rebels played it right. They just stood their ground, went straight up. Turnover Hensley.
A low walk. A spin and a step.
2:47 to go in the ball game. 2-point lead for the Rebels. Rice with the ball. He'll bring it down. set the offense. Hensley getting into motion, over to McNeil.
McNeil
He'll
drives
drive
the
down,
lane.
tries to give it to Bader. Back up top of the hill.
Both teams stepping up their offense.
This time McNeil drives, keeps it, and off the glass.
Drew to Mack. A little bit
Okay.
off, but Mack corrals it.
Latham left alone.
Hensley gets over to disrupt the shot.
Hensley showing that quickness and leaping ability.
Yeah, Bloomfield was out of their defense. Latham had an easy shot, but Hensley gets back over in a hurry. With his leaping ability, he's able to disrupt the layup.
Under 2 minutes to go now, 150. Tie ball game, turnover, pass to Drew Thornton.
Drew to Mack.
And there it goes. 2-point lead, 1:45 to go in the ball game.
You think those guys have played together before?
Once or twice.
Timeout, Bloomfield.
1:41 to go in the ball game. We're going to keep it right here. So, 2-point lead for the Richland Rebels.
That will be a full timeout, but by Coach Hicks. And he wants to set the offense, gets his team, wants to set up a play out of bounds and out of the timeout. And I again think that they're going to try to get it into Hensley, and of course Richland's going to concentrate on Hensley. What they did the last time with McNeil, he was able to see a lane with Richland concentrating on Hensley. He saw the lane, took it all the way to the hole without any contest.
Richland cheerleaders there cheering on the crowd. Well, we got a minute. We'll remind everybody that you can catch Tyler Wagner on Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. live with the YAC Sports Roundtable. He'll have guest coaches calling in and guest coaches coming in to talk, other local celebrities. We've had some high school seniors who have committed to colleges for scholarships in to talk about what they plan to do in their 4 years of college. So just a great program, a lot of live, great sports here in Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas. Tyler Wagner brings it to you at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. So with 1:41 to go in the ball game, ball will be with the Wildcats, trailing by 2.
Richland's back in the man-to-man. Foul out front on Mack Thornton.
He loses his footing, falls in there into Rice.
We'll send Rice to the line for a 1-and-1. Rice has 5 in the game. First trip to the line.
1:33 to go in the ball game. More and more people filling into the gym here, Terry.
They're still squeezing in some seats. First one's no good. There's Hensley. Hensley's amped up the energy. Draws the foul against Latham. That's his first. It's going to send Hensley to the line for 2.
That's going to be on Jesse Brown. Now 1:30 to go in the ball game. Rebels still lead by 2.
Hensley with 13 in the game. Makes the first. Had 6 early in the game, then he's made 8 here in the fourth quarter.
Connects on the second. Tie ball game, 1:30 to go in the ball game. Latham with the ball, so he brings it up for the Rebels.
If Bill Hampton was here, he'd say it's barn burn.
He'd say a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I think he'd be more, yeah.
Skips the ball pass.
Good spin move by Drew. Can't get it to go. Mack can't get it. There's Hensley. He'll drive, draw the foul. Can't get. Good defensive play by
Jesse Brown.
Jesse Brown missed the foul, but keeps Hensley from making the layup. Send
10
Hensley to the line, trying to give him the lead.
1:05 to go in the ball game. Got a tie ball game here. More and more people filing into the gym.
Yeah, they're starting to line up on the walls.
Anticipating that
first.
Dexter Porterfield ball game following this one.
And really anticipating the Bernie Kennett game. Championship game tonight at 7:30.
Skaggs in for Bader for the Wildcats.
Hensley misses it.
Rebound Kleffler.
Rebound Kleffler.
1 minute to go in the ball game.
Okay, Richland wants to set up a timeout, set up their offense.
Our producer, Greg Schwartz, asking to keep the ball right here.
Okay, I guess we're supposed to figure out what Richland's going to do. They brought the ball up in a hurry, but I think they'll be deliberate, but they'll be trying to get some type of break out of the timeout. My guess is they'll try to break Mac Thornton loose towards the back, maybe from the offside, and maybe a backdoor pick, and try to get him loose from the backside for a layup. If they don't get that, I think they'll get into their offense and be deliberate. But Bloomfield, the way they've played this quarter, will try to force them into something they don't want to do.
Want to remind everybody, shoot us an email, sports@yhctv.com. There it is at the bottom of your screen again. We didn't quite catch it there fast enough the first time, but again, heard a lot of great comments. Want to thank everybody for those comments. But again, sports@yhctv.com. We got the BlackBerry here in the gymnasium. We'll see those emails right away, and we'd love to respond to them here on the air.
Jesse Brown will inbound. Gets to Cleffer. Back to Brown.
Latham up top to Brown. Over to Mac Thornton.
Richland's trying to spread the floor.
I got two guys on Drew down low. Latham gets the ball to Drew.
To Mac.
Slashing through. Lays it in for 39 seconds to go in the ball game. Rice will bring the ball down for the Wildcats.
I expect the Wildcats to go to the bucket quick, and they'll do it with Hensley.
McNeil with the ball, looking for Hensley. Up top to Hill. Back over to Rice.
Timeout.
Bloomfield Wildcats. 23 seconds to go here in the ball game. We're going to stay right here. You hear the crowd getting into it just a little bit. They'll take a break in the timeout. So, well, you called it right. They wanted to do some isolation. They got the ball down low to Drew. Quick move, and he saw Thornton, his cousin Mac, slashing through the lane, puts it up in front of the rim, gets it to go, 2-point lead. And now with 23 seconds to go, I got to believe Coach Hicks is drawing something up that's going to involve Hensley.
It's got to involve Hensley, and I think the reason he called the timeout is that they went about 10, 15 seconds with the ball around the perimeter and weren't making any positive moves to the basket or trying to get the ball into Hensley or trying to get the ball to the free throw line or to the lane. Out of the timeout, they've drawn up a play that's going to try to do that. Caldwell's back in the game.
Rice with the ball, over to McNeil.
They're playing a double high post.
Hensley breaks free, drives the lane. Doesn't get the layup. Drew Thornton with the rebound. He's going to be fouled.
Drew Thornton has played a big game.
11.9 seconds to go in the ball game. The Rebels have a 2-point lead, and Drew Thornton going to the line.
Fouls on McNeil, his third. This Thornton's first trips to the line. If he makes two, these are two huge shots, because if he makes two, it makes it a two-possession game. If he makes one, Bloomfield's going to probably have to go for a three. It's 1-1. Miss.
Doesn't go. Hensley with the rebound.
10 seconds
over to
left.
Rice. Gets it to Hill.
Three-pointer wins it.
Drives the lane
all
and
the
in.
way. Ties it up. 4 seconds left.
Uh-oh.
Drew to Mac. Mac lays it up, and
it's
good.
0.1 seconds to go. The basket counts. We got a barn burner, a dandy of a ball game here. It's got to be decided as they count the basket. Richland has the lead, 50-48. Mac Thornton's going to the line to shoot one.
Game's over. There's only
Game is over for all
second
practical
left,
purposes.
But Drew to Mac.
Drew to Mac. We've seen Thornton to Thornton all night long. And you called it, as soon as Mac sees Drew position himself for a rebound before he even goes up, Mac is breaking down. Drew gets the ball. He knows Mac's got to be down there.
Drew wasted no time getting the ball out of the net and looking for Mac. And Mac was busting him down.
And
what a nice finish.
Thriller of
Good
an
game.
ending here. Richland Rebels victorious, 50-48 over the host team, Bloomfield Wildcats. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with a game summary. Okay, we're back. Terry, you can't ask for a more thrilling ending than that. 4 seconds to go. We had Rice drive the lane, couldn't get the floater to go. Drew Thornton with the rebound, knowing his cousin Max slashed into the other end. He turns, he throws it. Max picks it up in stride, drives in for the layup. Fouled. Ball goes in, goes to the line. Ball game, 50-48. Great win.
Actually, Rice made that shot. Rice made that shot and tied the game. They were down by 2. Rice made the shot, ties the game. Thornton gets the ball out of bounds and immediately hits, Drew Thornton gets the ball out of bounds, immediately hits Max streaking down the court.
I got so excited I didn't even realize what I saw. Like Jack Buck, I can't believe what I just saw.
Well, it was a thrilling ending, and it was an appropriate ending. We've seen Drew Thornton and Mac Thornton play together real well for at least 3 years of this tournament, and they're the ones that it was their combination. Drew Thornton getting the ball immediately. Mac, he knows where Mac's going to be. Mac knows when he's going to get it. He's streaking down the court, and that combination worked so well for Richland in the second half.
Well, yeah, the Wildcats, they knew that Drew Thornton and Ryan Kleffer could put up a lot of points to try to isolate those on their defense, and Mac Thornton, who can score himself, but it just freed up Mac Thornton. It almost kind of like, the Wildcats said, well, Mac Thornton or somebody else is going to have to beat us tonight, and Richland Rebels, and Mac Thornton rose to the challenge and did so. So you got some quick game summary scores there for us, and we'll wrap this game up as everybody gets ready for game 25, the third place game.
Okay, for the Bloomfield Wildcats, they're led by Leighton Hensley with 15 points. He scored 6 early, then got very active and got another 9 points in the fourth quarter. 7 points each for Garrett Rice. Very good game, including 2 right at the end, which tied it up. Thought we were going into overtime. Derek Caldwell had 7. Dylan Bader 7. That's 5 for Garrett, or 5 for Seth Hill. 4 for Jacob McNeil and 1 for Mitchell Skaggs for the 48 points for Bloomfield. For the victorious, in 5th place, Richland Rebels had a nice tournament. Had a little of the rough second game, but they had a rough second game because they played Dexter, and they played Dexter to 10. They had a good tournament. They were led by Mac Thornton. Most of his points were on layups from his cousin. The assist from his cousin Drew. Mac had 19, and 15 of those were in the second half, and 12 of those were in the fourth quarter. I had 11 points from Drew Thornton. Jesse Brown hit a couple of threes for 6 points. Mikey Latham had 6, and Forsey had 4, and Ryan Kleffler only had 4 points. Been averaging 20 points a game. He was held to 4, but he was the focus of the defense. Rice was in his shirt the whole game, and just actually kept him from getting any good shots. Tremendous game. It was a slow-paced game, and but by the time the fourth quarter came around, the crowds got into it, the players got into it, and provided us an exciting finish.
Absolutely, and just a well-played game, both sides. Back and forth. Several lead changes. I'm sorry, Bill Hampton tracks that for us. Normally I didn't. And stuff. So I think the biggest lead at any time was maybe 4 points.
Four at most.
So
they usually kept, Richland pretty well kept the lead most times in the second half, but it's never more than 3 points, maybe 4 points at most. Just a good, exciting game and a tremendous finish.
Absolutely. Well, again, we want to say thanks for joining us here. Ed Gargas alongside Terry McVeigh. Terry, great calling the game with you. Appreciate it. But please, again, 5th place game there. The Richland Rebels victorious over the host Wildcats, Bloomfield Wildcats, 50-48. Want to invite everybody to stick around for the 3rd place game now. We'll see another exciting matchup, I believe, in the Dexter Bearcats against the Porterville Bulldogs. So again, that game's going to be in less than 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.